Here today on board the LYNHER. This is a Tamar River sailing barge built in Plymouth in 1896 and has an absolutely fascinating history from her days of working cargoes through to being found in the mud and rebuilt. Stood here on the foredeck, looking back aft, it's very obvious you can see her very generous beam designed to give huge capacity for carrying her cargoes. Hand winch here on deck can be used to lower the mast and raise the mast if needed, mainly used for the derrick crane for loading. Walking back aft along the side decks here with a large cargo hatch, which is very low to the deck, small coamings, hatch boards over and then canvas to keep the water out. She's tiller steered with a large tiller, so you've got a spacious deck for the sweep of the tiller here at the aft end. Transom stern, and we look here over the transom, you can see she's got a good sized rudder. And look around her spacious decks. You can see the decks are all painted. They're actually solid timber planking, screw fastened to the deck beams, caulked and paid, and then finished with a deck paint, which is a more traditional way of doing it for a working boat like this. And it helps protect the timber and stop leaks. Walking here along port side, up the side decks, you can see her punt stows on deck on top of the cargo hatches, and you've got the barrels here, which are actually freshwater barrels supplying the little galley below. And on the foredeck here she has an original Simpson Lawrence anchor winch, which has been rebuilt, manual again of course. You can see the tabernacle here that the mast is stepped in, so the mast can actually be raised and lowered. And a companion hatch here in the cargo hatch going down below. Now down below here on LYNHER, as you can see, this is the main hold area with the hatch up above. So these are the hatch boards which can all be lifted off, and then you've got the heavy carlins along the edge here supported by these iron hanging knees on the side of the side decks. So this whole area here can be lifted out to allow loading and access. Obviously these days, not done that often. So yeah, main saloon, main cabin area, dominated by a large central table, which when the boat's in exhibition mode is used for displaying lots of items. Under there is the bank of AGM batteries for the electric motors. Forward end here, bit of a galley area, very simple. We used during exhibitions for teas and coffees, etc. And here we have a whole range of display boards that have been printed. Solid fuel wood burning stove. All these boards depict the history of the boat right through from her very early years, and also stories about other similar boats. Here the Myrtle, Emma and Triumph, all doing the same jobs as LYNHER was doing in her day. See in here, there's not masses of headroom obviously because of her design, but there's a huge amount of internal space in here. And here's more display boards. So they're being dug out of the mud. And moving back aft into the engine space. So So under the box here, you've got 75 horsepower beta, which is the primary propulsion. And then this here is the electric wing engine. There's 2 electric motors connected together to a little wing prop. And you don't have huge amounts of time for cruising, so it's not designed as electric cruising propulsion. It's there for manoeuvrability in close quarters. You've got 2 props, enables the boat to be spun around in a very short distance, and just purely for safety, really. Here we are, back into the main cabin. Here the hold. Moving forward, and then the forepeak area, you've got a storage space here. Here into the forepeak area. She's got a pipe cot berth here on the port side. And a very large double berth here on the starboard side. You can see the all the structure of the hull. She's got this heavy 2-inch ceiling planking, large oak frames, and then the outer planking, but all very easy to see and good ventilation as well. There's steps here up to the forehatch, good ventilation, and you've also got here a little storage locker. So the question is what this boat will go on to do. She is a remarkable piece of maritime history that's been preserved with absolute dedication and passion from the current owners and previous owners to get her to where she is now. And she needs a new home where she can be loved and cherished and used, above all, given a purpose. And what that may be, only time will tell. And up with the companion steps back on deck.